What's up, family? It's your girl, D Ray, the Divine Relationship Alchemist, helping you heal your relationship with self to heal your relationship with others. What goes down? Today is the day we are back with Love Lingo, how the gods and goddesses relate. Okay. Let me get in the chat room so I can see what's going on, so I can talk to y'all. But
What's
yes,
the deal, people?
today we're talking.
Deal?
Yeah, go ahead, baby. Do your thing.
What's the deal? What is the deal? Y'all come on in the building. We about to get it in real quick. R&R.
R&R.
Yep.
Rituals.
Rest and relaxation.
Oh, man. That's a big deal, too.
Yeah, but today, this R&R is going to be relationships and rituals. Relationships and rituals, it go down.
Do the work, do the work, do the work.
Yeah, you know how we do on these love lingos. This Friday. You know, Friday is the love day. So, you know.
Friday is the love day.
Yes,
Friday is random. Friday is the Venus day. So that's love, y'all. That's relationship. So love lingo on a Friday must be popping.
Yes, family. What's up to the people out there, man? I see y'all out there. What is the deal? Y'all like and share the video. We about to get this party started. Party started. Yeah, man. So last Friday, we couldn't really get to our love lingo, which we should have, because last Friday was Valentine's Day. But we decided to spend quality time with each other. You know, we decided to do our own little ritual, if you know what I mean.
You're so silly.
We decided to get it in. We decided to make that thing happen. But today we wanted to tap in and talk about this R&R, how to build strong relationships and how to keep this thing afloat. How to keep this thing afloat. How to keep this thing afloat. Man, you can look back every 5 seconds. Come on, let's get it in.
Yeah, so first of all, yes. Not just keep this thing afloat, but let me go ahead and drop this gem on y'all about thriving relationships. Like a year ago or so, whenever I first made a YouTube page, one of the first things that I talked about is how to have a thriving relationship. And so a couple of those things is, one, you got to be manifesting together. Two, you got to be transforming together, meaning you are raising in your level of consciousness, you're creating, you have a mission, and you're just overall growing. I can't remember exactly what I put in that video, but definitely doing the work. Doing the work is the number one thing, right? Tapping into higher levels of consciousness, coming more into the fullness of who you are. Those are the number one things that must be happening in order for your relationship to be what it really needs to be, right? And so rituals help you with that, right? So first thing, and I'm gonna let you expound upon a ritual. Y'all, we be doing rituals every day. Your routines, your daily routines are rituals, if we're being just frank, straight up. You know, how you wake up in the morning, what you do after that, when you go and brush your teeth and all of that stuff, the things that you do regularly are rituals, all right? They're just unconscious rituals. But as we are, you know, learning ourselves more and we're understanding spirituality on a deeper level, now we start being conscious about our daily rituals. We start being conscious about how we shower, how we brush our teeth, how we relate to our partner. So that's what we're here to talk about today. But the very first thing that you got to understand, though, is that we are always doing rituals. We are always doing rituals. Like every day you do a ritual. Like it's the same steps you take every day 1, 2, 3, 4 to get your day started is a ritual. And if something is thrown off in your ritual or in your routine, you feel the difference in that energy. So we are moving past just, waking up, kissing your honey in the morning and going about your way and all of that stuff like that. We are past that, and we're getting conscious about what we are doing as individuals and what we are doing in our relationship, and how do we ritualize our everyday life in simple ways that is going to impact our situation. Talk about a ritual, baby. Talk to us about what rituals are in your opinion.
Well, yeah, definitely. Rituals are things that you do to impact the subconscious mind, or it's already going to impact the subconscious mind that we all know about. Now, speaking about relationships, primarily just within relationships, rituals are powerful because this is something you need to be doing from a heart space. Okay, this is something you just need to do anyway, because we tend to get into this lifestyle, and people got jobs and get caught up in the worries of the day, the struggles of the day. But the big idea, especially in relationships, is to have a continuous practice that will propel your love life to a whole nother level, a cosmic level. So for example, there's certain things that me and the queen do every morning to ensure that we that we just show this kind of love for each other, right? It's a ritual. We might hug for 20 seconds, right? And in that hug, we're just embracing each other. There's a science that says something about hugging for, I think it's like a minute or a minute and a half, or it's probably like a minute, probably could be 40 seconds, something like that. I can't remember.
Right.
But that kind of idea, this kind of work is what you want to do. You know what I mean? This repetition.
On purpose.
Yes, repetition on purpose until it turns into something that you just naturally do. Now we just naturally come into fruition to where we see each other, and in the morning we'll hug and embrace each other. And we're like, even if we just got through arguing early in the morning, even if her breath stinks, I'm still like automated into the ritual, right? And then that's powering up our day. Speaking of on this topic of relationships and love. So, we're gonna tie in rituals and that kind of aspect with the love frequency, with this heart space and all of that in this build today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shout out to the family, man. Let me see who came all up
Yeah,
in.
let's shout out to the family. We got
I can do it, babe, because
yeah,
you turning
I
your
ain't even close enough to see.
You turning your head looking like a god dang
Don't you even start.
You funny boy. So tape me up.
Not getting started.
See, tape 5. Johnson, what's up? Alpha Goddess, what's the deal? I knew chemist. Yeah, we in here. Yeah. Man, you know how my reading get. NRG Day Moon, what's up, sister? Coco Divine, we are here. Sapphire, kindred spirit. Man, that's what we talking about, this spirit, this kindred spirit today. What's the deal, Mook? You know what time it is, family.
So let me jump in there and say right now, because it seems like it's a lot of feminine energy on the chat room based off the names from what I know, but all the masculine energy, welcome here too. But I want to talk about this hug thing that you brought up, because I'm glad you brought that up. So hugging, first of all, is a natural antidepressant, right? So if you're not feeling your best, just exchanging a hug with somebody is powerful. But here's the thing, you got to hug a certain way, because if you're not feeling your best and you go and hug somebody who is feeling good, then you naturally become the energy vampire, right? But if we hug heart to heart, because we already know this within the spiritual community. See, regular people, they don't really know this, but we know that the energy from your heart, the energy from your heart expands out, or our aura expands out feet, right? And so when we hug, we want to hug heart to heart. All right. So that means depending on what side you all are facing, one person, we want to hug chest to chest, I should simply say. Okay. Y'all know we be, doing the church hug and the hugging from the side, and that's cool. In certain situations, you want to do that because you don't want to exchange that energy with everybody. But when we're talking about in your relationships or even with your children, with the people that you love, you want to actually hug chest to chest. And y'all already know that's a whole different feeling, a whole different energy exchange whenever you hug in that way. In your intimate relationship with your partner, when you hug in that way, your heart energies are balancing each other out. So that's a whole nother science. This is researchable information, y'all. Whenever you are giving your love a hug, heart to heart, okay?
Facts.
Heart to heart.
Facts, yeah, man, because well, yeah, that would kind of be weird, babe. But yeah, if you did, but I feel where you're going with that because the heart chakra is impacted. Even when we're making love, I'll be telling you, hey, when you tapping into my heart chakra, this shit feeling wow. I'm like, yeah, dang, especially when we're in that looping thing. But that's another story. That's X-rated. Got to keep this thing PG-13, family. Shit. We got lit.
Actually, it's not going to stay to PG-13. Actually, it is going to kind of go there.
We're not going there. We got babies on here like Mook, she's 16, and we got, we can't be doing all of that.
You was too silly though.
But nah, that's what it is because you do want to come into this compassion space with your loved ones, especially with your children. Please, please, family, hug your children. I make it a attempt to hug and kiss my children every morning.
Every day.
And now it's a ritual. But even if they're running away from me and all of that stuff, I grab them. Grab them. Make sure they understand this love frequency that you're exuding to them. Because at the end of the day, you want to have a close relationship to your children too. That's what relationships are, relating with these chaos beings that we got to put up with for 18 years. But, hug them, kiss them, laugh with them, talk to them, even if they're not to the level yet, still talk to them and laugh with them and all of that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because that's vital in this time we're going into. This thing is a technology overload.
Yeah.
So if you don't put in this makeshift with the family, then shit, you're gonna be lost in these positive ions and be inundated by fucking the technology gods. So it is a must. It is a must that you hug and kiss your children and your spouse. Now, this is the ritual that me and the queen do every morning because it's just the simplest ritual you can do. If you want to take it to another level, there's other things that you could do, but giving you the idea of how you can make this a ritualistic thing, this repetition, right? So your subconscious mind could be implanted with love. I just did that body language video on my channel, Love Live Life. It's the same idea. You know what I'm saying? You want to be embracing these things so you can change the vibration in your being.
So again, this is what we got to understand. Rituals are everyday things that we do on a regular basis, and then they can be specific things that we do with a very specific intention in mind of something that we want to manifest. And So with your kids, y'all already know this. You gotta hug the kids. I love what Energy Day Moon said, and it's so true, Energy, because we do this too. We love to kiss in front of our kids because we're programming them with the mentality and with the understanding that Black love does exist, that mommy loves daddy, daddy loves mommy, and that we have a solid relationship. So, and the same way your kids do Energy, where they come and start hugging your legs, because they be like, yeah, I want to be a part of that. That's a ritual, y'all. That's a ritual. And for us, that type of thing is an everyday ritual. And then we also do specific rituals that we may do once a month or once every couple of months whenever we want to come together to manifest something specific. All right. So if y'all haven't already seen our video that we did, was that a Love Lingo, babe? I don't know if it was a Love Lingo, if it's just a live stream that we did, where we talked about morning routines for spiritual boss beings. These morning routines that you do are rituals, all right? I like my ritual in the morning, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna meditate. Right after I come out of meditation, I'm going straight into the kitchen, getting me a scoop of some sea moss, drinking some water, and then that's when I'm going and starting to put myself all together and all of that good stuff like that. So in your relationships, you want to apply the same energy, the same thoughtfulness, the same effort into maintaining a healthy relationship, but not only that, into creating what you guys have set out to, whatever your cosmic mission is. Like we already said, in soulmate relationships, you have a cosmic mission. And so sometimes you got to do rituals to align yourself or to align your unit with whatever it is that y'all have to manifest to continue creating whatever it is that you're creating. So making love is a ritual. Y'all already know. You already know that there's just specific things that you do that gets y'all in the mood, that gets you going. It's a ritual. But you can take that ritual to a whole nother level when you have a specific intention, you know? Like Dreamer and I will talk, you know, we're feeling good, we feeling kind of hot. We'll be like, okay, what we manifesting? Boom, ritual has started. Ritual has started. We agree, okay, this is what we're manifesting. So as we are in the act, whenever possible, you know, because, you know, you go in and out of that space of being able to visualize and then, you know, realizing where you're at and what you're doing. And then you go back into the visualization, so on and so forth. But everything can be ritualized, okay? We're talking about creating intentions, not just doing something happenstance or just because it's your everyday thing or because it's just a normal thing. Once you set an intention, now the energy has shifted. It's similar to taking a spiritual bath, right? Every Wednesday, family, before Dream and I do a spiritual bath, at the same exact time, this is so funny. Babe, I don't know if you realize this. At the same exact time, I'm taking a spiritual bath every Wednesday and he's showering. And we're doing this at the same time together. And every time he comes in, he gives me a kiss because he likes to run before doing the show. So he runs and my water is running. I get in the tub, he finishes running, he comes into the bathroom, he gives me a kiss, and he gets in the shower. And that's how we get in spiritual alignment to go forward with our Wise Wednesday, okay? So it's a ritual. A bath is just a bath until you set the intention to say, this bath is going to cleanse my energy, right? I'm adding these herbs and these oils because it's going to put me in the right mentality, the right spirit for whatever it is that I have to do. So in your relationships, it is important to have those intentions in everyday things that you are doing. And then, of course, whenever there's something specific that you want to manifest, doing that work together, putting your minds together, and doing something. Okay?
Yeah, that's
and then,
important.
yeah, go ahead, babe.
Well, no, that's important because you do want to be able to have this kind of flow state. Yeah, because that is what we do, and we made it a ritual a long time ago. But now there used to be a thing in NLP, and I wish I can remember what the hell the name was.
That's
But
like integration, to where it just integrates. It's not even nothing you have to think about. You just do it. You set the intention, and you've done it so much that now it's on like autopilot. It's programmed into you.
Right, facts, because I do have to run now. Well, I run every day. But certain things or certain times I run. Like I'll run before the show, but sometimes I just run in the morning, basically to get into that zone. Also, another hack into the zone. Um, because you gotta stay grounded in this thing. But yeah, I love that, babe. I love that for real because and I'll find out the name of what it's called in NLP, how it just becomes automatic, not like the automatons, but it just naturally becomes instinctively inside of you from where you're doing it purposely at first, and then eventually it becomes something that's ingrained in your mind. Like when I do my meditations, my tongue automatically goes to the roof of my mouth. I don't know why. It's just automatic now. I mean, first you start off consciously doing it, like, okay, this is what Wayne Chandler said, so let me do it. And then after years and years, you just like you can't. I don't even know how I could put my tongue down now. So it's
Right.
so funny because I was thinking about that the other week. I was like, damn, I really can't put my tongue down in this meditation. That's crazy. So this stuff becomes automatic. This stuff becomes repetition, like they say, a normal thing where your body composition starts to change and things inside of you start to line up. Okay. We just did a powerful ritual. Shout out to my fairy godmother. She was selling the love potion at the at the lecture. You know what I'm saying? And man, we came home and instantly did that.
But hold on, before you jump into that, hold on real quick. Because I really want to stress the fact that we are having this conversation right now to challenge the routines and the everyday practices that we are having to ensure that they have the right energy behind them. I want to make that clear, and I want y'all to understand that. Okay. There are things that you do on an everyday basis within your relationship that are not necessarily contributing to your relationship in the most healthiest ways, right? For example, you may have a ritual of literally sitting down, eating your food on the couch, watching TV, and you and your honey have not had the time in that day to just talk to one another. That is a ritual that is actually taking away from your relationship. Okay. That's the part that I want to make sure we get clear before we move into, because that love potion number 9, that was a huge ritual. That was an intentional ritual. I want to make sure that we understand everyday rituals, right? The daily rituals, your habits within your relationships, the things that become normal. Let's start, and this Mercury retrograde, y'all. So let's start revisiting, remembering, re-looking at whatever. Let's just start all over. Let's just start all over with those things. And let's really look at the energy and what is actually happening. Like, do you and your honey every day, and I say honey, I'm so funny. Do you and your partner, whether they're long distance or not, whether you live with them or not, do you and your partner get to have uninterrupted conversation, heart-to-heart conversation, to where you can literally just check in with each other on a daily basis? That's a ritual. If that ritual is not happening and you're not getting to build with each other, that's one of the rituals that I'm telling you right now needs to change. Okay? If you and your honey, or you and your partner are going to bed without hugging each other, embracing each other, at least kissing each other and saying, good night, sweet dreams, whatever, that's a ritual that needs to change. If you and your partner are eating meals and you are not breaking bread together, you are not powering up your food together. Like Dream and I, our whole family, like our kids are part of this ritual, to where when we eat, we're going to say all the positive thing, all the life, all the health, all the wealth, all the well-being that this meal is going to bring to us. That's something that we do together. It's a ritual. We do it together. And every single time after we're done, we say our ashes. Yo, our 2-year-old even says, ashe. She says it's so cute. But it is a family ritual for us to do that. So if your everyday practices are not energetically aligned with the highest vibration of love and unity and empowerment between you and your family, then those are the everyday rituals that I'm saying you need to challenge, you need to look at, you need to analyze. Don't be lazy about this stuff, y'all. Don't be lazy about this stuff, because your everyday actions affect your future. Your everyday, what you are doing in the moment, what you are doing right now affects your tomorrow. Okay. And so if you decide, you know what, we're going to power up our food together as a family. Okay. On some level or another, spiritually, that is powering you up together as a family. You know what I'm saying? If every night you decide, I'm going to hug my love, I'm going to embrace my love, I'm going to kiss my love, even after you probably had a disagreement, that's still saying our love is strong, our love is solid, our love is beyond whatever this disagreement was, our love is beyond the day, our love is the last thing that we're going to go to bed with, you know. So everyday rituals, y'all, those are the things that we really need to challenge and really need to analyze. We really need to look deeper into it and say, what are we doing on a daily basis that is adding or subtracting from the relationship that you have with yourself and from the relationship that you have with your partner? All right.
Yeah, no, that's good, babe. That's good because at the end of the day, there are certain habits and routines that people do have to fall out of to build a strong foundational home, right? This is about a union. This is about protecting your home and being invested in your home. And it doesn't start with fucking 4 walls. It starts with the foundation that you and your spouse put together in this kind of repetitious factor. Now, with me, you know, I'm chaos, so I don't like to do things the same all the time. But at the same time, I know there's some important values in keeping a certain type of flow, a certain type of energy that's gonna power up the home. You feel me? Because if I'm off my game, then shoot, then the home can get shaky. If D Ray's off her game, the home can get shaky. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be able to understand that we're not only exuding this energy within ourselves, but within our home that we occupy with these people, right? These other beings. It's important that our energy is alive, and because if I come out with some you know, jacked up energy, then shoot, it can transform the whole household.
Yeah.
You feel me? And shoot, we're a house to be feared. So I mean, shit, you have to make sure that you keep now this ain't no thing where, you know, you just gonna be perfect all the time, you know what I mean?
No.
This is how this is what the journey is, right? But when you put spirit first and start understanding this this God frequency or this chaos being energy that you are, everything gets that much easier. And then this stuff just becomes automatic. That's why we keep telling you sign up for the class, because we're gonna teach you how to get to this chaos being energy where everything, the only thing that comes first is you falling in love with this death realm. You understanding that's the ultimate thing. Understanding that idea, this concept, right? You came down here to have an experience, and the experience is supposed to lead you back to understanding who you are eternally.
Right. For sure. Energy Day Moon, I love your truth and your honesty. That's funny. That's funny. You know, within your relationship, y'all have y'all's rituals, you know, try it out, see what happens, see what light comes out of doing something different. This was I thought was funny too. So cute and so funny that I want y'all to think about people who are in relationships and people who are single, right? We all have ritualistic music. How about that? Dream and I have a song that Gerald Levert made to love you. That's one of our songs, right? So whenever that song comes on, it's automatic ritual time, right? And that ritual for each other, immediately when it comes on, we start singing the song to each other. He'll sing a verse, I sing a verse, we'll sing a verse together. And what we are doing is, again, empowering our love life, empowering and remembering the love that we have for each other and how we came into it. Rituals, okay? These are rituals, family. I hope you and your honey's ritual ain't, you know, you's a big fine woman, won't you back that ass up? You know, really think about within your relationship, what are some of the things that you automatically do? You know, it's just, you hear it, you smell it, you see it, your automatic response is this thing, individually and within your relationship, because again, that's ritual, right? So I want y'all, I give you that example so that you can really understand how these rituals are at play. Again, rituals are everyday practices, you know? Like we got some songs that Dream and I would hear and we naturally just tap into something at the same exact time. It is a ritual, family. Y'all let me know in the chat room, what are y'all's, you and your lovers, you know, song that just automatically puts you in a space of love, of all of that good stuff like that. Let me know what y'all be listening to within your relationship.
Also, what we've done is we feng shuied the hell out of our home. We put symbols up everywhere just so we can have little reminders without us even consciously remembering, just so we can have these little reminders of the love, of the union that we have for each other. And the way we did that was ritualistically. Let's get to the major ritual work, the stuff that, you know, that you do to impact moments, impact impact y'all love for each other. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, babe, you want to talk about this love potion number 9?
Yeah, we can go with that. That's the very next thing that I had written down. I had the music, and then I had love potion number 9, and then I had the symbols. And then once we talk about that, I'm good to go. I feel like I done gave the family what they needed. But yeah, love potion number 9. Oh man, this was powerful, family. And so just to give you some background information, love potion number 9 is a bath that Khadijah created specifically for the soulmate lecture that we went to Valentine's Day weekend in New Orleans. So of course, because she made it specifically for that, we had to purchase it. And I think in her mind, she was creating it for people who are single, who are looking to attract love in the physical sense. And because Dream and I are a unit, we put our minds together and we decided to do this bath together. Oh my God, this shit was so powerful, y'all. And all of the dots were connecting. So this even kind of ties into symbols. Like I said in the feng shui video, whenever you get symbols that symbolize your relationship, you want to ritualize those symbols before you actually put them up in your house. You want to give them meaning. You want to give them a mission. You want to give them work to do. And so a lot of y'all saw that Dream bought me to show, really bought us, really, to show his love and to show his appreciation for our unity. He bought the phoenix and the dragon. And we talked about this in the past. The phoenix is the divine feminine, the dragon is the divine masculine. And when you put them together, you're talking about perfect harmony in a relationship, and you're talking about a powerful union that is full of balance and bliss and beauty. Okay. And so I told y'all this was so awesome. he got it. It arrived here on it arrived to our house on Sunday, and we took the bath on Monday. And so in such perfect alignment to ritualize our relationship and to empower or to give energy to, right? To invoke our energy and the energy of the dragon and the phoenix within us, even though it's already there. So we literally just enlivened it. And we did that by taking a love potion number 9 spiritual bath together. Okay. Are we going to give the full details, babe, of how we did it? Babe.
My bad, I forgot I was on mute. I was eating these chips.
Crunchy munchy head ass.
Yeah, the instructions were there, man. It was powerful. Khadija gave us a potion. We did the bath. I was in the bath hurting a little bit, but I took my mind out of it because we both tall, so shoot.
We're both 6 foot plus.
Our tub is big, but god dang, we need like a goddamn a pool
giant
for real.
tub.
We need one of them.
Jacuzzi for real, huh?
Yeah, we need a real jacuzzi in there. Shit. God dang. But all together, using your mind, powering up, we had a little mantra or affirmation that we said. We hugged, we looked in each other's eyes, and we kept this thought that we not going to share with the family, but we kept this strong, powerful mental alchemy with each other. And yeah, this is a personal thing, a personal journey within. So, you just go for what you know in the ritual. Khadija had instructions, what I'm saying, that laid some of the stuff out. But at the end of the day, you create your own mental alchemy with this thing.
Facts.
Go ahead, babe.
Yeah, so I want to tap on this because one of the brothers, messaged me, and I definitely want to tap on this. So, with this specific ritual, we came together, put our minds together about what we wanted to accomplish. It was our intention that we set, and we got the corresponding things to go with it. So, like I said, the dragon and the phoenix. So we put that in the bathroom with us. We got a red candle and a green candle. We did that because the green, of course, we know is the heart chakra. The red is the manifestation on earth. It's the physicality of it, right? It's actually experiencing the heart chakra in the flesh, okay? So we did that. We did the whole 9 yards and the whole 9 yards. I don't even know where that statement comes from. We did everything and powered up. But I want to talk about doing rituals with a person who is not conscious or who doesn't understand the terms rituals. I said this before, I'm gonna say this again. We do rituals every day. So instead of saying rituals, we could just say, if you are in a relationship with a person who is not at this certain level of consciousness to where you can say, let's do a ritual together, then you initiate and you organize everything. For example, let's say you want to take a spiritual bath with your lady, right? Or let's say you want your lady to take a spiritual bath to cleanse her energy. You don't have to tell her, yeah, I'm making you a spiritual bath. Because do you know that there are Christian women, Muslim women, all women like taking baths with candles, flowers, and Epsom salt. Facts? So you being the spiritual person, oh God, thank you, Spirit, for dropping that on my head right now. You being the spiritual person, you determine what candles you put in there. What colors are those candles specifically? What herbs, what flowers, what scents do you put in there? Do you put in the bath for y'all to take, right? So you've ritualized it, and you can still just call it a bath because your intentions are set. The thought that Spirit just downloaded on me right now is that people can only love at their level of consciousness. So you being the conscious person, you are able to be genius enough, because genius really just means spirit. You're actually spiritual enough and genius enough to use your divine mind to incorporate the spiritual aspects and still allow your partner to feel comfortable. Okay? You are genius enough to do that. Even when we're talking about making love, and you have a person who's not into consciousness, everybody wants to manifest, period. Whether you Christian, whether you Muslim, atheist, whatever, everybody wants to manifest specific things. Now, do you have to say, babe, let's do sex magic? You don't have to say that, because that possibly could be a turn off for your partner. But you can say, babe, as we make love, I want you to visualize something that you really want to have. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because when it's feeling so good, you connecting that feeling good feeling that you're having right now to that thing that you're thinking about. Because let's just be honest, your ladies and your husbands, they thinking about something while you're doing it. But now, because your level of consciousness is here, you can guide them on where their mind should be. Period. Because you tell them, look, we all know your mind is going. Either your mind is strictly on the pleasure that you're having, or let's be honest, some people's minds be into next week. Okay? So with us being the spiritual people, if you don't have a partner who is actually into these things, you are spiritual enough to choose your words. You are knowledgeable enough to have tact. Okay? When you want to manifest a specific type of reality with your partner. Okay? And the reason why we know that this works, and I'm sorry, y'all, if this is a lot, but the reason why we know that this works, because of what? Mind control 101. People are always creating without any knowledge of what they're creating. Right? We know that because we've had to come out of our past beliefs. We've had to come to the understanding that we are creating our reality. And in the past, we didn't know that, but now we do. Okay? So it is up to you, as the person in a relationship who is aware of the power of the mind. It is up to you to guide. There's a specific word that I'm looking for. It is up to you to implant the idea. It is up to you to implant the idea. Okay? There's a way that you can do it. There's specific words that you can use that will not turn your person off, your partner off to whatever you're trying to give to them. Okay? I know that was a mouthful. Y'all, but I truly feel within my heart that that's what we do, and that is totally possible. There were times when Dream was already onto a certain aspect of spirituality that I wasn't at yet, that I had to come and meet him at, and vice versa. There were things that I was already ready to tap into that he wasn't necessarily ready to tap into yet, and I got him to kind of see my perspective. I'm not telling you to convert your partner from anything to anything, but I'm saying you have the ability to implant ideas, okay? And everything does not have to be overly spiritual, woo-woo, or what are the words they be using? Pseudo. Everything doesn't have to be that. Babe, I'm gonna light these green candles for you, and I want you to just feel so much love. I put this lavender oil in your bath. You know what I mean? Let me know if y'all know what I mean, Babe, I know we be, having a good time, but while we doing it this time, I want you to think about all the great things that you want to experience in your life. As you are experiencing this pleasure, connect this pleasure with those things that you want to manifest. Because everybody wants to manifest. That's just it. Okay? And hopefully, with you being conscious and in a relationship, your partner should be at some level of awareness. And I think manifesting is one of those things, like law of attraction type stuff.
Yeah, I feel you, babe. Yeah, that's good, man. The person, whoever you're trying to help out, at the end of the day, this thing is all about vibrations. So and vibrations is not a big spooky word. So people will match your vibration if you're with it. If you're doing your own thing. You got to think of this thing as mirrors because that's all it is. We're a reflection of our partner. So now you got to ask yourself, okay, what am I doing wrong that she's not actually picking up uh on the vibration of on this idea that I'm going with. So when you look at it like that, you address yourself first. And in addressing
Oh, that's so
yourself,
good, babe. That's so good. You better drop.
well, in addressing yourself, then eventually everything turns into gold around you. Because I know when I'm doing certain things within me, everybody around me gets better. Everybody around me just starts to pick up on the frequency. And it's not me forcing anything. It's just me challenging myself. And then people start feeling the energy without saying anything. You know what I mean? You don't have to say nothing. You just do you. Do what you do what's powering you up. You know what I'm saying? Go into your meditations. Do these different things. Do fasting, fast and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Get into these different things to so you can reach into your godhood, reach into that true chaos being purpose that you set forth, right? That will lead you into powering up everyone around you.
Thanks.
And if that and honestly, if that person just not vibing with it, if they can't get it, if they ain't picked up in the frequency, then they hating. And that hate energy is real. And if they're hating, well, shit, you know what to do after that. You got to move around because they're not somebody that's gonna match your tone, match your pitch. You know what I mean? Even if they're not conscious, it don't matter because at the end of the day, you don't have to be conscious to we don't have to talk about consciousness, but we do have to have a certain level of vibration to where we can, understand that you not feeding me bad energy. You feel me? Like that that's not good. That's not healthy. Like if you meditating and then somebody says, "What the fuck are you doing? You are a retard. You crazy." Now you know they're throwing bad energy towards you. They don't really want you. They never wanted you. That's honest. That's true. If you trying to better yourself, you say, "Look, I'm trying to do this to blah blah blah." Then obviously that was just a lesson that you're going through. You know what I'm saying? And you
Mhm.
just got to be ready to move around. Shit. Cause I tell you this.
Don't speak nothing. Don't even. You
Well,
better
let me just
watch.
say this. Babe, you already know what time it is. We match each other. I mean, shit.
Still, you still want to watch your words though.
We're an unstoppable force, and the growth, the power that we have is just gonna keep on growing and growing because we can't stop. We're not stopping. Now, let's say we stopped. You know why we stopped? Like, you know why? Because we both stopped together. You see what I'm saying? It's not like because we're on the same wavelength. You know what I'm saying? This is about music, universe, one song. We're on the same frequency. You see what I'm saying? So if somebody's not matching your frequency, you have to look at yourself first because you ain't on the frequency. Trust and believe.
Yeah, I feel like whenever we're in relationships with people or what have you, you got to just be letting your light shine. You got to be letting your light shine. Like people don't want to conform to whatever you doing just because you say it. People have to be able to recognize a noticeable change in you. Um, the shift between when Dream and I went from friends to in a relationship, and I'm telling from my perspective, honey, let me tell you, I feel like in the beginning of our relationship, I became the aggressor. Just straight up real talk. I vividly remember this is my first time ever feeling so animalistic. And y'all may think that is crazy, but sex is a very animalistic ass thing. Well, it's divine too, but Shit, I'm just telling you what it was. I vividly remember watching him walk across the room and me feeling like a lioness wanting to jump on him. I wanted to just pounce on him so hard and so fast, y'all. Like I was just looking at him like, what the? My first time ever having an experience like that. I never felt like that before, to where I was so captivated by his energy. Wasn't nothing that he said. He didn't do nothing out of the ordinary. He literally walked from one side of the room to the other side of the room, and something within me felt so instinctual. That's the words I'm trying to use. It was instinct to want him. There was no thought. I should say that. There was no thought. It was just like, I'm about to like really get you right now. And we were not together. We were still friends. We had not established that was something that we were looking for within our relationship. And what it was I literally watched his aura and his energy transform. He looked different. Okay. I think I said this in the soulmate video. He physically looked different to me because his energy had transformed. All right. So that's the only thing that's going to help you to be more receptive and more magnetic in your relationships with someone who is probably not conscious at the time, if that's where you want to be. Okay. They have to see something in you that is like a light bulb going off, that is just like, to where it's like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what has changed, but whatever he or she is doing, I'm rocking with that shit and I want to know more about it. That's what happened to me. Fortunately enough, that during that time we were both doing a lot of work, but I literally saw something in him and I was like, it's so deep, y'all. I wanted to be him. And that's how I knew that this was like the real deal. Like real deal Holyfield, I wanted to like be in his skin. And that I know that sounds crazy as hell, but if you are in a relationship like mine, you would totally get it. I looked at him and I was like, teach me your ways. Okay. So what you said is so true, babe. You have to be doing enough work to where you're transforming, you're energetically transforming. It's not about trying to get people on your side, trying to get people to see things the way that you see things. It does not work like that. And Dream and I still have this conversation sometimes. People come into their own understanding in their own divine timing. But if I see you doing something and I see you transforming and I see you actually manifesting whatever it is that you're manifesting, now I want to know more about it. Mm-hmm. I want to know more about it, you know?
Yeah.
That's what this thing is.
Yeah, man, that's what it is, man. Fuck sex, let's detoxify our pineal glands.
Telling you.
Yeah, man. But nah, that's for real because that's what I mean. It's an energy, like it's not nothing. And I appreciate that love, babe. We had the same corresponding frequency with each other and all of that. But it all starts with you, like these toxic people and everything, Garrett. You know what I mean? Like we got to think about it like that don't have anything to do with us. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Even our spouse, you have to fall in love with self, and from self, everything else around you will change. Even if the person that's in your life is not gravitating towards it, they'll be removed from your life. It's just that simple. You see what I'm saying?
Or not even if they're not gravitating towards it, but if they are blocking you from seeing the light that you need to receive, if they are blocking you from evolving in the ways that you need to evolve, then your time together is probably done. Like it's not our response. Like we deal with dead people every single day. There's probably not a day goes by where you don't have to interact with someone who is not aware It's just what it is. Now, it is the major part is, how do you allow their lack of awareness affect you? Because again, if people can only love at their current level of consciousness, then that means you, being the more aware, conscious person, you can gauge, you can kind of go up and down, you can meet people where they at. You know what I mean? You don't expect people to come to where you at, you meet them where they at, and then you move on, right? But if you're finding yourself being triggered, if you're finding yourself becoming emotional, then obviously there's self-reflecting that you need to do. And I'm not saying this is not always easy. I got, you know, some family member relationships that sometimes have triggered me, and it's not until it's a couple of days later to where I got to say, okay, I got to check myself, because it's not about them. They know no better. Okay, so we don't concern ourselves with how do you handle them. That's not even the question. The question is, when I am triggered by them or by their ignorance, what does that say about me? What does that say that I need to work on? That's the real question. Because they're gonna do what they do. In all unawareness, they're gonna keep doing whatever they do. That the question is, why am I responding? And let me change the word from responding. The question is, why am I reacting this way to their behavior, to their unconscious behavior? Why do I feel the way that I feel to their unconscious behavior? That's the better question, because you're conscious. So as being a conscious person, that means that you are aware of yourself. And when you become aware of yourself, you ask yourself those questions and you accept the answers that come. And then you do the mental alchemy, you do the spiritual alchemy, you do the emotional alchemy, so that you respond differently. Now that same person can say and do the same things that they've been saying and doing, but you're not bothered at all. Yep. That's the work.
Facts on facts on facts, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, man. So, hey, R&R, relationships and rituals.
Relationships and rituals. You got to do them, family.
Rituals, man. And you know, we're gonna do this again in a week from now. Love lingo. Y'all want to stay tuned to the love lingo. Y'all know what it is.
You got it.
Go ahead, babe.
You got to be getting your rituals in, family, and there are two different types of rituals again. And I'm just gonna leave it at this. You got your everyday things that you do, the things that you do on a regular basis. Like even your kids know the rituals that you do on a regular basis. Okay, you got those daily practices. Dream and I both meditate every day, day in and day out. We do that separately, and we know that it is affecting us as individuals, but we also know that that's affecting our relationship. It's allowing us to have a greater perspective within our relationships, and to not be so triggered, and to be patient with one another, and to be open and receptive to all the information that is being downloaded to us. That's a daily ritual that we have as individuals. And then, you know, there's things that we do together. So that's one thing you got to understand. Your daily rituals, or maybe even your weekly ritual. Do you and your partner have a date night? You know, do you have a monthly ritual? Every other weekend we go out to dinner with each other, or you know, every night before we go to bed we kiss and say goodnight. You know, whatever. Those are the things that we're telling you right now that you need to challenge. And then beyond that, you want to create a ritual with a specific intention. You and your partner agree on that intention. You put your minds together and you create it. You do it. You may have a baseline for a ritual. Some of y'all seen Campson and Ernest, they did their ISIS ritual. You may have a baseline for a ritual. You may get guidance for a ritual, like we did from Khadijah, Love Potion number 9. And then you add your own finesse to that thing based off of what you actually want to manifest. If your partner is not conscious, you set the ritual up and have them participate. Mind control 101. Period. People are always creating things without their knowing. So since you're the conscious person, you can add the specific herbs, the specific candles, the specific oils, the specific affirmations based off of what you know within your relationship y'all want to manifest. You don't have to call it a ritual. You don't have to call it a ritual. You can call it a date night. You know what I mean? You can call it this or that. Be genius. Okay? Be genius about this thing.
Yeah. And yeah, to see Tayfi. Yeah, go to my queen's website, man. She got the consultations and all of that. You know, I ain't doing no consultations because I got so much other stuff on my plate that I shoot. Man, and I'm telling you, there's so much, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But especially with this shipping stuff, man, I'm telling you, Amazon is on uh a world domination tour right now. Amazon is killing the game. They got USPS in their back pocket now. They got the whole mail system in their back pocket. Why am I ranting about that? I don't know. But look, go to my queen's page. Go to my page. Sign up for the class. It's going down. We're gonna make
it's going down.
Say this class is life changing. Life changing. Getting out the circle of time. Creating this idea so you can understand what spirituality really is. Okay, this thing ain't about no rainbows and lollipops. This thing is a whole nother dimension of thought. So man, it's going down, it's going down. Shout out to Hood, man. I know you doing something soon, huh? Ain't you doing something tonight? Who else? Shout out to Brother Yosef, the God. You know what time it is, man. Man, he did something the other day. And man, when I tell you my website crashed, it crashed. There was people signing up and I was like, oh, how the hell is my website gonna crash? And man, it's a long story, but man, it's crazy. It was crazy. I'm like, damn you, Yosef, I'm watching this damn video and your ass done made my website crash. So yeah, man, do that, man. Sunday service. Sunday service, Mr. Band Clap, man. We're gonna dive into these celebrities, man. We're gonna dive into this whole 823 God thing because this thing is in live full effect. And yeah, we're gonna do a whole bunch of things with that thing. So man, y'all stay tuned.
Yep. Like the Hood Mystic said, everything is a ritual, y'all, man. Put your minds together. This video, again, was just to challenge your everyday rituals and just to remind you, it's retrograde. So just to remind you and to help you to remember that whenever there's something that you and your partner want to come together and manifest, you need to do that stuff. Man, what is the Bible verse? Where 2 or 3 are gathered in Jesus' name, so shall it be. Well, we just taking out the Jesus name and we just saying where 2 or 3 are gathered, where 2 are gathered, it must be done, so shall it be, so it is. Whatever it is, y'all know these Bible verses be coming with some power. And so within your relationship, you got to know when you and your partner can come together in agreement on something and both are doing the work, the energy around that thing is beyond what you as an individual would be putting out. Like things come 2 times, 2 times faster, whatever, because you have double the energy. Your ancestor altars and things like that. You need to be given together. You know what I'm saying? Given together. You have the whole family in there. We have a whole family in our magic room. We had the kids kind of off to the back, but as we burn the ancestor money, they saying Ashe too. It's a family ritual. You have rituals that you're doing anyways. Again, really think about and become aware of your rituals that you already have within your relationships and by yourself, and really consider if it is adding to your relationship or subtracting from your relationship, even your relationship with yourself. If you got a ritual of watching Love and Hip Hop and you're not meditating, that ritual is taking away and subtracting from the relationship that you have with yourself. It's period. All right. And then we also got to understand the law of cause and effect. Okay. For every action that you put out, there is an opposite and equal reaction. And so with that knowing and with that understanding and with that law, you got to be putting in the work. You have to be doing something on purpose, intentionally. All right. And you'll watch it all come into full fruition. We got to get off of here, y'all. My phone's actually about to die, so that's all I really got to go. Love y'all. Peace to my sister Mook. Peace, Straight Panther. Hood Mystic. Energy Day Moon. I love you all so much. We will be back for Sunday service. We'll catch y'all later. Like and share the video. Peace.